By the way, I'm Ken, this is Puru. The second day of a conference, the afternoon session, you've heard 65 presentations already. Man, the onus is on us to get you excited, not only for our presentation, but for the folks that follow us. Yeah, we're gonna do that by just making a simple statement. The chatbot is dead. Okay, it may not be dead right now, but it is dying, and I know you've seen some great UX and UI, and it all looked really cool, and you might be seeing some after us, but it's going to be dead and it is dying. And how we're doing that is next month we're introducing something called Persistent Digital Bank Solution, and I may have just pre-announced that, so I'm sorry about that. But the cool element in that, what we're going to be demoing today, is something called an Actbot. Write that down, Actbot. That's not something you've heard before. The Actbot is built on incredibly deep ML and AI technology that takes into account decision trees and clusters. It takes into account a user's history with the bank, their transactions, their interactions, their previous chats, and it iterates on that. And it's able to come up, because of the structure that we've built with a strong API layer, it's able to actually pull in sources from third parties to give you real-time extemporaneous information on the conversation you're having. It is like you are talking to a human banker, and we went back and forth as to whether we should say human banker. I said yes, because I think bankers are human after all, okay? So with that in mind, I'm gonna have Puru walk you through this.
Hey, thanks, Ken. Good afternoon, everyone. So I'm Puru. So I'm a very satisfied customer. Here is my profile. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to interact with my banking application, and you will get to know how the personalized experience is given to me. So let me get started by doing a voice authentication. Please log me into banking services.
Hello, please enter your PIN. Hey Puru, how may I help you?
So what you've just seen is two-factor authentication. He entered his PIN, but just the fact that he's talking to the machine is biometric voice authentication.
So I'm travel buff. I love traveling. So I'm planning some Europe trip for next March. So let me go ahead and create a Goal account.
And just a little translation, we've got bankers in the audience. Banker Talk Goal is a savings or deposit type of account.
Create me a new Goal account for Europe travel for next March.
How much do you want to save?
Around $5,000.
Your Europe trip goal with ID 4839 created successfully. Hello Peru, don't forget about your Florida trip. You are about $4,000 away from your goal and may want to take a look at nice deal from Trek America.
So it's pulling in past information, right? It's letting them know, hey, you've got this other thing going on, and I'm going to talk about Trek America in just a second.
Yeah. So I'm still $4,000 away from my Florida trip. And let's see how the Actbot is proactive enough in help me in fulfilling my financial goals. It seems difficult. What's my available credit balance?
You have one credit card with us, and here are the details.
So here's a key thing to note. As you'll notice, it didn't tell him what his balance or what his limit was, because he doesn't know if he's at home or he's talking to 700 bankers in a conference room in New York. And then what it also did was pull up an app from Trek America. Had you seen this demo last week, it would have been from Thomas Cook. And as a lot of you know, Thomas Cook filed for bankruptcy last week. Trek America automatically comes in on that.
I had requested for credit limit increase. I haven't heard anything.
We could do one thing. We can move some of your credit balance to unsecured personal loan with monthly installments. That way you could get some of your limit freed up. You will need to set ACH transfers for monthly installments. Do you wish to transfer?
So how cool is that? It converted some of my credit balance into unsecured personal loan. So I'm going to go and grab this. Yes, please.
We will send out an email for you to confirm this transfer. Is there anything else I can help you with?
So I will like to complete some of my formalities, which I'm going to do. Thanks.
Don't mention it.
So you see the whole interaction is more human-like, like a relationship manager talking to a customer. It brings relevance to the conversation by looking at some of the clusters which are formed using historical data. The historical data here could be your customer demographic, it could be your savings pattern, it could be your spend patterns, it could be your transactional histories. So the whole platform is backed by a powerful AI engine, which is able to crunch huge amount of the data. It is able to create different clusters. It is able to match the user profile with those clusters, and it makes the whole conversation much more meaningful, personalized, and intriguing.
So how about that? So we've just done something that we're going to show you at booth 14. Don't even bother coming by the demo booth. Just come over to 14. Here's the other thing we did. Time is money. We came in under 6 minutes. We just gave you guys a bunch of money back. Hey, the conference folks, you don't have to credit for that. You don't have to credit that at all. So anyways, we want to thank everybody. Come see us at booth 14. Okay?
Thank you.